In 1994, on a quiet construction site near Ceprano, Italy, a bulldozer struck something ancient. Not bones, not fossils, but a clue. One fragment of a skull. A fragment that shouldn't exist. It was neither Neanderthal nor modern human. It was something else. A face from the abyss of time, frozen in bone. Scientists called it Homo Cepranensis. But who was this mystery human? Where did they come from? And why did they vanish? Welcome to the enigma of the Ceprano man, a story buried for 800,000 years, and only now beginning to speak. At first glance, the fossil was just a skullcap, thick-boned, robust, and worn by time. But as paleoanthropologists examined it, the questions began piling up. It didn't match Homo erectus, though it bore some similarities. It was too early to be Neanderthal, yet showed signs of advanced brain development. And its age, a staggering 800,000 to 900,000 years old. That makes it one of the oldest known hominins in Europe. And yet, it doesn't fit. It's a jigsaw piece from the wrong puzzle. Was Homo Cepranensis a missing link between Homo erectus and Homo heidelbergensis? Or was it an entirely distinct branch of the human tree, one that bloomed briefly, then withered into extinction? That mystery deepens when you realize this. We have only one skull fragment. No tools, no settlements, no bones of others, just a single relic of a vanished people. And that one fragment, it changed everything. At the time Homo Cepranensis walked the Italian plains, Europe was not a welcoming place. Glacial cycles were sweeping the continent, predators ruled the forests, and early humans were pushing in from Africa and Asia, each wave a gamble for survival. Could Homo Cepranensis have been one of the first humans to settle Europe permanently? They may have emerged during a pivotal period known as the mid-Pleistocene transition, a time when global climates became harsher, ice ages more brutal. Only the most adaptable could survive, and Cepranensis seems to have done just that. The skull suggests powerful chewing muscles, indicating a rugged diet, roots, raw meat, nuts, a survivalist, sculpted by evolution. But was he alone? Or were there entire tribes of Cepranensis living, hunting, and dying in the shadows of ancient volcanoes and glacial valleys? The silence of the archaeological record is deafening. It's like a scream we can't hear. And yet, there are tantalizing hints. Stone tools found at other sites nearby, dating to the same era, could belong to Cepranensis. But without bones to match, it's like chasing ghosts in the mist. Paleontologists often speak of the ghost lineages, species we know must have existed, but for which we've found no trace. Homo Cepranensis may be one of them. A ghost that brushed up against Homo erectus, perhaps interbred, and then vanished without leaving more than a whisper in the fossil record. Could they have passed on genes to later humans? Or were they outcompeted by a rival species, outnumbered, outwitted, and ultimately erased? The possibilities spin like constellations, and each one adds to the riddle. Some researchers propose that Cepranensis is not a separate species at all, but a transitional form, a genetic way station between erectus and heidelbergensis, capturing evolution in motion. But others insist the morphology is too unique to ignore. One thing is clear: if more remains are found, the entire story of early European humanity might need rewriting. And if history has taught us anything, it's that rewriting is inevitable. What's most haunting about Homo Cepranensis is how little we know. One fossil, one site, yet enough to fracture our understanding of how humans evolved in Europe. It forces us to confront a chilling reality. Human history is incomplete. The fossil record is a lottery, and most of our ancestors' stories are lost, not because they weren't important, but because time simply devoured them. For every famous skull in a museum case, there are thousands of individuals who lived, loved, struggled, and left no trace. But what if the Earth hasn't revealed everything yet? Even today, the hills of central Italy may hide more bones, more tools, more truths. The Ceprano dig site is still under investigation. Each layer of soil could hold the next clue. Each shard of bone a sentence in a story we're still learning to read. And when the next fossil is found, will it confirm Cepranensis as a bridge between species? Or will it open the door to a whole new chapter of human evolution? And the biggest question of all, how many more Cepranensis are still out there, waiting to be uncovered? Imagine it. A world 850,000 years ago. Saber-toothed cats prowl the forests. Mammoths roam the valleys. And somewhere, by the Tiber River, a tribe of humans builds fires, crafts tools of stone, and watches the stars they cannot name. These were not modern Homo sapiens. But neither were they beasts. They were something in between. Homo Cepranensis. And maybe, just maybe, their DNA echoes still within us, waiting to be heard. Because in the end, this isn't just about fossils and bones. It's about who we are, and where we came from. Every skull, every ancient footprint is a mirror, showing us not the face we know, but the faces we've forgotten. So next time someone tells you we've figured out human evolution, remind them of Ceprano, the ghost, the question mark, the human who shouldn't exist, but did, and maybe still does in some ancient part of our blood. Homo Cepranensis is more than a puzzle piece. It's a symbol, a monument to how little we truly know about our origins, and how much more there is left to discover. It challenges the very structure of the human family tree. What if evolution didn't happen in a neat, linear fashion, but more like a web, with branches crisscrossing, species meeting, merging, vanishing, all while leaving behind fragments we can barely decipher? The Ceprano skullcap reminds us of that complexity, that even one bone can crack the illusion of certainty wide open. What if future discoveries reveal entire communities of Cepranensis, buried villages, hand axes, cave paintings? What stories would they tell? What songs would echo across that vast gulf of time? It's possible. All of it. Because history has always been a mystery in motion. And if Homo Cepranensis could speak, maybe their message would be this: we were here. We mattered. Don't forget us. If you're fascinated by the forgotten corners of human history, don't vanish like Cepranensis. Subscribe. Only 1% of viewers ever do. Join the 5 Minutes of Culture community, where lost history gets found again. The past isn't just behind us. It's buried all around us, waiting to be unearthed.